Hello. It's there's been a lot going on. I hope you're doing very well. I am doing very well, since you asked. I have lost nearly 170 pounds since last March. It's going to be March in a few days now. So since last March, 160 plus pounds has been shed off of my body. So there's a lot to say, there's a lot to catch you up on. Hopefully this video isn't too drawn out and long, and I just get to the point. But I have a lot of stuff that that has weighed on my mind for many years and for quite a while, that I want to feel a release of getting these things off of my chest that burdened me for so long. So welcome to my new journey. So I wanted to start on a positive note, because there's some things that I kind of want to get off my chest. Some things that I think need to be said. So I have little notes here, so if I keep glancing, it's that. I did want to say, so it feels so good to be getting healthier. I'm hopefully nowhere near the end of my journey, but I don't know, I'm definitely kind of midway. It's unreal some days. But I was thinking the other day that I'm finally able to do little mundane things that I think so many people take for granted. Like, you can just go, get up, get dressed, go to a store. That wasn't something that could be accomplished very easily before, for me at least. Forewarning, I'm accepting of body positivity and the body positivity movement. I think it's chubby girls, big girls, fat girls, and boys and teenagers need to know that they are valid, that they have feelings, that they are more than just the comedic relief. They are more than just the funny fat friend. They're more than just. And society and our peers and our minds tell us the complete opposite. Because you're fat, you don't deserve. And I'm still extremely privileged. So, that aside, I'm going to give a firsthand account of my experience being my biggest. I don't want to sugarcoat this for anybody, because it wasn't fun. It wasn't a walk in the park. It was horrible for me. And to be quite frank, I don't think I could find someone in the world, okay, that's over 400 pounds, that can just get up and go. And I don't think you should preach body positivity if you, quite frankly, are killing yourself. So, body positivity to a point. I'm sorry. So if you don't like that, you should probably leave. You should probably leave right now, because this video isn't going to be in your favor. But like I said, I will listen to your valid arguments when you can tell me, hey, I've been 500 pounds, 500 plus pounds, and I've been able to hike. I've been able to travel successfully. I've been able to live, to walk out the front door and freaking take a bike ride or go to the park. That's a different subject for a different time. Obviously, I have some strong opinions about it. I digress by like 5 minutes. So the other day I was thinking, I went to the store and I just leisurely walked around the store. I was looking at things, I was enjoying things, I was enjoying that very act of shopping, which to some people would be like, oh, okay, good. I mean, what are you talking about? So let me kind of put some things into perspective for you. These are things that I was extremely ashamed of. Things that I thought I could hide easily from family, friends, people I loved. But you can't really hide your inability to function as a normal human whenever you are 540 pounds. So that's what I was at my biggest that I know of. That's when I started my journey in March. That's the size I was at. Like I said, I was at the store and I was walking around and I was shopping. And I'm gonna try not to like cry during this because this is so far back. Like I am not the same person I was. You know, I'm the person that I was on good days, on days where days I could, moments, not days, because that didn't happen, but moments, you know, little fleeting moments where I didn't feel massive, where I didn't feel restricted to live. Those were little moments, and quite often I would be snapped out of it real quick. But now I feel like that all the time. So it feels good. But like I said, I think it's important to voice those things for me in the future, for other fat people, for people that don't know what it's like to live fat, because it's a completely different experience. People, for the most part, do not like or look at fat people with much respect. And if you think that they have, then I would like to live in your world. So I want to try to be as real as possible. I'm already all over the place. I'm so sorry. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy to be finally just discussing this, you know, things that had been so heavy on my mind for so long and heavy on my body for so long. I was shopping and I didn't hurt. And it just felt amazing. It felt so good. Because I would go into the gas station to pay for gas and pump my gas, and I would be exhausted. My whole body would hurt. You know, I would be winded. I would be out of breath. So I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do things with friends. All I could really do was go somewhere where you could sit down majority of the time. And, you know, then I just had to pretend the whole time that this was normal, and, you know, we're hanging out, having a good time, not, you know, we have to go here. We have to go to either a bar or a restaurant or a movie so Catherine can sit down. I don't think anybody wants to be that kind of burden to their friends and to people that they love. There was a span of about 3 or 4 years where I really just didn't leave the house because I was ashamed. I felt like, and this was a big realization for me. I was speaking with my therapist, and I said, I just I don't feel human. And that's hard. That's hard on someone. And I don't think it was because society. I think it was me and my own demons, you know, that I didn't feel human. I would stay home from anything I could, going anywhere new. It would be very rare that I would be in the mood to take on a new adventure. And by adventure, I mean going to a new restaurant or something like that. But I would say at my worst and on my worst days, sorry, I'm trying to I don't want this bad energy. I don't want these memories or anything, but like I said, I feel like it's good to remember whenever I'm a few years out from my weight loss journey and, you know, you've gained some weight back. That's pretty inevitable. That I remember that, hey, it's never going to be worth it again. It's never going to be worth it again to do that to yourself. I would say in my head, and to like 2 people, because, you know, this just isn't something that you tell people on the regular, that I didn't want to be in public because I felt bad for the people in public that had to look upon me because I was such a monster. That was my justification for about 3 or 4 years to not do anything because I hated myself that much. So we love a good food addiction, I'm telling you what, kids. I wanted to talk a little bit about living while fat. Like I said before, it's different. So before going anywhere new or going anywhere, like I said, when I would be able to go places, when my anxiety or inner monologue decided to let me, I would look up the place on Google. I would look up its parking lot. I would look up its seating arrangement, everything. I would try to look at pictures inside of the facility, everything. I wanted to know how far I was going to have to walk in. I wanted to know if there were seats big enough, or booths were always out of the question. That wasn't an option. I had one friend, and we would go to the restaurant, and they'd be like, booth or table? And they'd be like, booth. And I'd be like, you want a booth? Okay, well, just maybe we shouldn't go out together. Which, like I said, sucks. You shouldn't have to think about that when you're going out with your friends, you know? And it was something that my friends had to think about. So, people I loved and my friends, at my worst, they would have to think before making plans, you know, is Catherine going to be able to fit? Is Catherine going to be able to sit down? Will there be too much walking? I was really and truly the epitome of the word burden, which is horrible. Horrible. No one should ever feel like that, you know? But I brought it on myself. But still, you know, why would you do that to yourself? Make yourself a burden to people you love, people that love you. Addiction's freaking weird, dude. Food addiction, alcohol, narcotics. I think I would actually get into a fight with somebody that said food couldn't be an addiction. I think I would drop kick somebody. Definitely. There was a point during this realization of I'm a burden to everyone I love. That sounds so dramatic, but it was so true. There was like a moment of realization that I needed to take myself and I needed to remove myself from communicating really with people. I just needed to remove myself from that situation because it just wasn't fun anymore for any parties involved. At the time of this like removal from society, if you will, I guess I mean, I just wasn't the person that I wanted to be. For so many years, I was like, those are going to be my years. Like, I'm going to be an adult. I am going to be able to drink. It's going to be a good time. And now looking back on it, it was actually one of the worst times of my life. I thought that I had my worst depression when I was, you know, super young and, you know, it was suicidal. But thinking on it now, that from age 20 to 24 was probably my worst depression. I like to call it the adult depression. So after removing myself from pretty much everyone, I just kind of stayed home and I would only go to work and I would only spend money on food. And I was always so embarrassed to talk about this, but now I'm like, this isn't me anymore. So I'll tell anybody because I got over this. I never thought that I would. Sorry. So I would, like on bad, like binges and stuff, I would, let's just use Papa John's as a point of reference because I would go there and I would buy their garlic breadsticks and order those. I would buy a 16-piece wing. And sometimes like an order of cheese sticks. I would eat all of the wings. I would eat a few breadsticks and I would eat about half of the cheese sticks. But the food altogether would be totally gone within 24 hours. But the initial binge, you know, was probably about 30-40 minutes. Or I would go to Taco Bell and I would get a Nacho Bel Grande and I would get Crunchwrap Supreme and I would get a quesadilla. Like, just need one of those. You don't need any of it, but you just need one of those. I would get large milkshakes from Big Boy, and I would sometimes go to grocery store. Sorry, this is like going down memory road or whatever, and things that I've blocked out now, but it's like, it's a good realization, because like I said, this isn't me anymore, and I really don't think it's ever going to be me again. But I would walk into the store, you know, and I would be fucking hurting while I walked in there, because I was so big and I was so unhealthy. And I would walk in the store and I would get a cake from the bakery and some chips or some crackers, and it was my little reward. It was like a little reward once I got in the car for getting out and going in somewhere and getting these things. But they were just killing me. They were just hurting me, weren't helping me. They would comfort me for a second until the next day where, you know, my whole body ached and I felt like shit because I just ate so much processed sugar, you know, the night before. And like I said, that's not who I've been. Stop crying. That's not who I've been for so long. And I'm so happy about that. I'm so happy that I'm not there anymore. Like, I did it. I never thought I could, but I did it. Stop. I'm emotional. I'm PMSing. You know how you have an idea for something and you're like, oh, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have a little chit chat. It's gonna be super profesh, and I'm gonna be like, this is where I am now, and oh, but this is a couple bad things that happen, and then you start and you do the thing, and then I think essentially I've just got like hit with a realization of, oh my gosh, like I've changed so much, and I don't think anybody can change until they're ready. I mean, you can have interventions for people. I don't know how one has an intervention for someone that, you know, has an addiction to food. Like, stop eating, Kathy. And until you in your mind say, this is it, I've had enough, I need to live, that you're not going to change. You're not going to change. But those years really took a toll on me, if you can't tell. I know I'm being super like calm, cool, and collected about it. I cry a lot, okay? So if you watch me or know me or love me, hi. I cry, and the reason why I cry, and I'm unashamed to cry for so many years, that's the last thing I would ever want anyone to see me doing. I'm gonna cry if I need to cry, you know? The worst thing that a person can do is mock somebody for crying. Like, there's a special place in hell for people that mock someone for crying or say that they cry too much or something like that. What kind of person? Anyway, here I am now. I'm here. She's alive. She's conquering, trying to conquer. Yeah, it's not going to happen until you decide to do it. Doesn't matter how many people tell you. You're killing yourself, you're hurting yourself, you're unhealthy, you know, doesn't matter until you're ready. And I had, last year, I had an opportunity open up, and I was like, this is it. This is it. This is gonna happen. And I got my weight loss surgery in December, and I just never thought that I would get it, and I did. I've heard people online say that weight loss surgery is the easy way out, and that's really cute. That's cute. I lost 100 pounds before I even got surgery, so run until that. I'm proud of that, sorry. But I think at a certain point, you're so big that you need that extra bit of you need your body to tell you when to stop. And now, gosh, for breakfast this morning I had egg whites with lettuce. Egg whites with spinach, and I took 3 bites and I was full. What? This is the girl that would eat 16 wings and 6 breadsticks and a half thing of cheese bread. And I'm so happy. I am once again, or maybe for the first time. No, not for the first time, but I'm where I'm meant to be mentally and getting there physically. It feels amazing, and I feel like I can be myself again. And I feel like I can, what is going on? I feel like I can joke around again, and I can be happy, and I can take this little monkey on walks, because that's something that I struggled with for so long, that I couldn't walk my little baby. She's a mess. Couldn't walk her. We just took a walk tonight, didn't we? Yeah. And we just took a little walk tonight, but no, I couldn't walk her. And it killed me. I'm like, my little baby's stuck at home. Now we go to the dog park, we go on walks. I'm extremely lucky from last year. You know, some people got through it rough. And in 2020, everybody had gained, I know some people had gained like 80 pounds. Oh my God. I know some people had gained like 80 pounds during quarantine. And I lost 80 pounds. I lost 100 pounds during quarantine. Nuts. So I'm glad I'm back. I feel like I'm back. You know what? That's what it feels like. The bitch is back. Oh, cue Elton John. I'm back. And I'm proud, and I'm happy, and I'm unashamed. So I don't know. I'm here, and I'm happy. And that feels so good. That feels so good. I hope you have a good day. I hope I can compress this hot mess into a fairly watchable video. But yeah, I hope you go continue with me on my journey, and I hope I keep making myself proud, because I'm very proud of myself for the first time in probably 8 years. So it feels good. You know, everybody deserves to feel proud of themselves. So I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you take care. I hope you stay well and stay happy and healthy. And I'll see you around, I guess.